My allergies are back in full swing, given that it's the spring season and I have a terrible pollen allergy. Let's play the Sicilian as a result of that. The Sicilian defense. I grew up playing the Sicilian, not because I thought it would suit my style or anything, but it's because it sounded cool. That's how I suspect most people pick and choose their openings, depending on whether they like the sound of the book. The Caro Khan. English opening is probably not that popular for that reason, because it's just boring sounding. It's like, what is this? A language? No, that's a dumb comment. But anyway, we are here with our series of positional trumps. And one of the micro themes in our series has been about immobilizing pieces. You could say that's what we are somewhat trying to do here, though not quite exactly. We're trying to stifle these knights, that's for sure. That's partly part of the plan. We're trying to gain space. Space is a positional trump. Space. But space is also a double edged sword in its own way. If you have a lot of space, your pawns are really far advanced and everything, but you don't have your queens, your bishops, your knights, something like this, then that space advantage turns into a space disadvantage. And that's very critical to know. Very critical to know about this. But for now, with all our pieces on the board, it makes a lot of sense to try to gather space here. So we're gonna just keep on advancing, take ownership of the queen side of the board, and then see. In the meantime, he's just doing some artistry with the knight, thinking he's being a chess player, but perhaps not really is. Uh, yeah. We have to think about what kind of pawn breaks he might have, and the main pawn break plan I see is d4 pawn push, so I'm thinking of queen here, but then bishop back. Yeah, it can work like that. Okay, that was rather hasty move. Rather hasty a move. Let's advance here now. Now that he brought his queen there, both these pieces have come under a little bit of a potential knight firing line here. Maybe. Not necessarily, just maybe. Uh, but I think this makes more sense to get these all the way up. Okay. Perhaps now unleash the bishop along this diagonal. And maybe if he captures with the pawn, I could even consider capturing with the queen, promote a trade, and then get the rook in on the open file. This rook on the open file is a key piece in this whole configuration. But he's spending a lot of time making non-moves, and that's not how you play chess. That's just not how you play chess. You have to make a move. You have to do something. You have to innovate. You can't just be sitting around. You have to move. You have to ask yourself, what do you really want? And the answer is he's going to try for checkmate now. Now that he's been totally busted. And my concern is just whether I should start sacking everything and just go full tilt on him. I don't think that's quite appropriate, so I'm gonna come like this instead. Knight here is pretty nice, because even if he tries to go for jugular on me, this knight's a pretty good defender. So he's really trying to go for the jugular on us. He's really trying to be like some sort of grandmaster. But he isn't. He isn't. The only thing he's got is tricks. Tricks. And tricks are a handful. We're gonna just take that off and come in here. Now definitely some queen sack promotion motifs could be in play, possibly. We've kept our king safe. That was important. That was important. And we just take the queen. Yeah. All right. So he went all out on the attack, but I, you know, I defended appropriately, and there's really not much to say about this game, other than that space is an advantage, and you can't just make mucking around moves for no reason. You have to do something. Do something.